Welcome to 30-Second Chances, where we ask deep, contemplative questions and provide far too little time to formulate thoughtful, reflective answers. My guest today is composer and audio post engineer Dave Gross. Dave, how you doing?
I'm good, man. Good to see your face again. Been too long.
Likewise. Okay, you know the drill. 30 seconds on the clock and then on to the next question.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay.
Hit me, bud.
Question number 1. How would you describe your job to a 5-year-old?
My job to a 5-year-old. I make all of the audio that you hear when you're talking to grandma on the computer. I make it sound like it's not on a computer. Simple as that. Grandma doesn't know how to use her microphone, sits 10 feet away from her computer and still thinks it sounds good in her gigantic living room cave, which sounds like bad. I fix it. I make it better.
Okay, you're already too good at this, though, because it's just now 30 seconds.
Perfect. I've been watching all of these videos, man. I'm ready for you.
Okay. He's going to hit the mark every time. All right. With many of the traditional jobs in our industry sidelined for the foreseeable future, how can folks working in our industry turn this crisis into new opportunities?
It's different. It's really different. We have to think and forget about everything we've known on how we make a living. There are a lot of new opportunities for people, and we not only do we have to create the content and be great at what we do, but now we have to really market ourselves better and learn how to use things like Zoom and Teams to get the best quality audio we possibly can. There's nothing worse than going online to hear your favorite artist doing their living room concert and having it sound
Number
like...
3. How has the growth of immersive audio impacted your work?
For the stuff I do, it hasn't a lot because mostly what I do is web-based material. But the role of immersive audio is becoming more important because people are able to now hear that sound and replicate that sound in their earbuds. As a mix engineer, that's a whole new set of challenges. You can see I don't have surround speakers here. I've got my 2 speakers in front. So using software to make that immersive audio sound right in a pair of headphones is a really, really cool challenge.
Binaural, yeah, it is. Next question. What's the worst mistake you've ever made in a professional setting? You can only get one.
I need way more than 30 seconds for that. I've called people the wrong name. I have not hit the record button when I said I did. I have deleted files from a server that I shouldn't have done. The key is owning it. And especially in a session setting, I can't say who the client was at the time, but they were very famous singers, and I missed a punch.
Next question.
Because that's a really great story.
We'll listen to it later, yes. What's the most challenging project you've ever worked on and the one you're most proud of?
The most challenging project was a set of user interface sounds I did for a software company because it encompassed 14 different sound schemes from regions all over the globe. So we had a fixed set of sonic template for those sounds, but they had to be localized with different live instruments. It was great because I didn't use any samples. The company had a budget. I spent over $80,000 on live musicians, and it was a lot of fun.
Next question. What would 15-year-old you be most and least impressed with you today?
Least impressed with me would probably be I didn't practice as much as I should. My chops should be way better than they are for my age. I hold my own, but they should be better. Most impressed with me is that my chops aren't as good as they are, but people still hire me to do the stuff, and they seem to love what I do.
Not bad. And you hit the mark this time.
Sweet.
Impressive. Okay. If you could have one weird and or semi-useless superpower, what would it be and why?
Semi-useless, not necessarily semi-useless, but being invisible would be really cool.
Oh,
Just
that's
to be
so
able to
old
just,
school.
I know it's so old school. I would love to be able to instantly speak any language. That wouldn't be useless. Useless, I don't know, throwing spider webs out of my hands might be kind of useless.
Could be
I
very
can't really think
useful.
of
You never know.
why I want to do, zapping people with spider webs, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of multilingual, man, you know?
Just to be able to go anywhere, anytime, and instantly be able to have conversations with people would be, I'd take that over being invisible any day.
It's true. It's true. And your time is up. I'm going to put 30 seconds more on the clock, and I'm going to allow you to either answer for me any question you wish I had asked you, or shamelessly plug something you're working on, or ask me a question. Whatever you want, 30 seconds, all yours. Go.
I actually would love to take the opportunity to be serious, man. I've been a volunteer with the Recording Academy in a couple of different positions as a governor and a chapter officer. This is a really tough time for our industry, and watching what's happening is really tough. I'm going to give a shameless plug to the Recording Academy because the work they're doing to help us and help musicians all over the country is just outstanding. Music Cares, especially, helping people financially just get through this. We're seeing clubs close, we're seeing gigs go away, all the ancillary support from live touring artists is just disappearing. It's really, really hard. So Music Cares is deep and dear to my heart, and shout out to them and the care they do to and help to try to get us through all of this.
I didn't even buzz you on that one because I agree with you, and I'm glad to hear you. I'm glad to hear you actually plug them because, yeah, I think, what did Mr. Rogers say? Look for the helpers.
Yeah, yeah, and they are. I mean, it's been a challenging couple of years for the Recording Academy, and they're on the right path. The leadership there is amazing. I'm such a supporter of everything they do, and I love being a volunteer and giving my time to them. I can't speak highly enough for it.
Well said. Well, thank you for playing our game.
Oh, thanks for having me, man. It's great as always to see your face. You and I go back way, way, way back to the late '80s to
Oh, dear
bulletin
God.
boards and finally getting to meet each other in person. However many years ago that finally was, and it's great to be involved in everything you're doing as well.
Thanks to the interwebs. Yes.
Thanks, interwebs. Exactly.